Welcome, welcome. I'm going to give it a few more minutes to see if anyone else is dropping in. And if not, then we're going to just go ahead and start. Can you tell me if you were listening, if you were hearing the music that I was just playing? No. Okay. That's a shame. Just trying to share my computer sound. Do you hear that music now? Okay. So welcome to our second episode, our second workshop of the psychedelic preparation series. Today, I would love to talk to you about heart-aligned intentions and the voices in our head. So what does it mean to set a good intention for your psychedelic experiences? And how do we deal with the voices in our head that are often present for all of us? And the first part, I'm going to talk a little bit about the voices in our head, about intentions. What does that actually mean? How do we work with intentions at our future's ancient? And then I'm going to move into a little bit of an embodied practice so that you can drop in. And then in the end, hopefully you can receive some information on how to best form an intention or how to work with an intention going forward if you're preparing to participate in a ceremony or in another psychedelic experience. So the voices in our head is something that we're probably all familiar with. And it's important to acknowledge that we all hear those voices talking to us, this inner dialogue of different voices, probably not just one, on a daily basis. So everything that we do always starts with awareness and bringing awareness that these voices exist so that they cannot take over and begin to run our lives. And why I talk about this is because often when we're preparing for an experience like this, there is many voices present inside of us. There's probably the voice that is saying like, oh no, why did I sign up for this? I don't need this. Then there's the voice that is really excited. And there's the voice that is really suddenly meeting resistance and wants to sabotage so that you're kind of stepping away from the experience. And in my experience, all of this is fairly normal. It's normal to hear all of these voices on a daily basis. So it's the work to first start identifying what are these voices and what is the dominating voice on a day-to-day basis. And then also, what is it telling you? Is it the voice that is telling you, I can't do this, I'm not enough, I'm not worth it, I'm afraid, something is going to happen to me? All of these things are stories at the end of the day that exist in our mind. So when we come to the voices in our head, it's really important to first bring awareness to both the positive and the negative voices, the critical ones, the encouraging ones, and noticing what is the tone of voice, how are they talking to us, what is triggering those voices, and then maybe going a step further and start labeling those voices. Start if you want to give them names like Barbara, Erica, or you just simply call them the critical voice, the encouraging one, the hero, the warrior, whatever really suits your particular landscape, that is perfect. Because once we start bringing awareness to those and maybe even start giving them a name, they don't just run the story in the background and kind of running our lives sometimes, and cannot so easily sabotage us anymore. So we're taking a step away, we're becoming more of the observer and familiarizing ourselves with all those different voices. So it's also good to, once we start to engage with those voices that are potentially present when you are deciding to lean into a mind-altering, consciousness expanding experience like a psychedelic ceremony, to, if you want to go a step further, to then start going down the road of where do they actually come from? What is the source of all of this? Because normally, if there's a trigger, it means there's something for us to work with. There's something that potentially hints towards a trauma that really wants to be healed inside of us. So I feel like the more we can bring awareness and also openness to see all of these voices, all of these triggers as a teacher, the more we can benefit from it and kind of changing our perspective. I find it really interesting and really good to start this awareness with the voices in our head, because when we're talking about intention, we want to also become clear, like what is present for us, what is the storyline. Excuse me. What is what is this longing that is living inside of me? What do I want to heal? What do I want to learn about myself? So kind of opening our awareness to whatever is present, and then from there starting the journey of taking a step back, becoming the observer, and and within that harmony of mind and body, which we will come to later during the session, you can beautifully start to kind of lean into a heartfelt intention that feels authentic for you and for your journey ahead. Sorry, I need to take water. So what does it actually mean to work with an intention? At the retreats that we run and all the ceremonies that we host, we like to work with an intention. And it has, on the one side, something to do with giving respect to the medicines and honoring them as medicines, and not just as like a psychedelic trip to get high, but also an intention is really something that can bring guidance and direction to your experience, and also kind of directs the energy into one direction. Because at the end of the day, the work with any kind of medicine, may it be psychedelic mushrooms, ayahuasca, San Pedro, all of them, these are tools, and they're really beautiful, powerful tools that serve our evolution of consciousness. So with all the respect and the reverence that we bring to the medicines, we always love to work with an intention. We do that in many different ways through the different formats. But yeah, we're offering this workshop for you to consider, like the next time that you're coming to a ceremony, like what are you actually trying to gain from it? What are you looking for? What is driving you in this moment of your life? What is present for you? And those intentions, of course, can change and mold and develop over time. I often feel like the setting an intention is kind of like opening a portal to some unseen parts of ourselves, and kind of allowing something to arise from our subconscious. So that may be kind of like giving us access to a set of beliefs or messages that our soul wants us to receive. So with working with an intention is working with guiding our energy into a certain direction. It's kind of like building an inner compass. Is if we have a really powerful intention in a ceremony, I feel like that we also have a very powerful anchor, that when things get really hard, that this is something that we can always trust and that we can come back to. What I also always like to say when it comes to intentions is it's absolutely beautiful and important to hold an intention and know why are you embarking on your journey, why are you doing this work. And then at the same time, it's also our capability of allowing ourselves to let go, to surrender, to lean into the mystery. Because who are we to think that we know best when there is an intelligence behind those medicines that is maybe even incomprehensible with our human mind? So yes, we can have an intention, and sometimes it works out and we direct the energy straight to where we want to go. And then other times the medicine will have a different plan for us, for that ceremony, for that retreat, for that night. And there it's also important to invite some openness from our side, to allow ourselves to also surrender, to let go, and to allow ourselves to be guided by the mystery. So it's this dance between giving direction and then allowing change and being adaptable, and finding that leaning into trust and surrender, that at the end of the day, for me, all of the psychedelic experiences that we will live is ultimately that. It's a dance between trust and surrender. Another thing that is important for me, for us, when we do the work is, one thing is to try, or that we are more familiar with, especially if we have grown up in more of a Western society, is that there is a lot of focus on our mind. We're trying to resolve our life with our mind. We're trying to solve all the problems with our mind. And and yet there's an intelligence in our body that is often very disregarded. So it's, for me, also as an embodiment, as a yoga teacher, someone that is really like studying a lot of somatic practices, the sweet spot for me lies in the middle between downloading that information from the mind, but also allowing the energy to drop into the body and to see, okay, what is present there? What am I feeling? Like, where do I feel some stuckness, where there's tension, where there's expansion, and seeing what arises from those parts in the body through the movement, and allowing in that way also our intentions to form. And then after each ceremonial experience, to integrate back into our system, so that the information that we receive is not just a moment in time and a psychedelic experience, but can become something. If it's a message, maybe it's a feeling that we received, an image, allowing something to become embodied information. And that is a process that will certainly begin when you set an intention and you open yourself to receive the medicine in a ceremony. And then it's a process that will unfold afterwards, after you already left the ceremony. So this is a little bit about the body and why the body is important. Actually, there's one more thing. It's like the intelligence of our heart. The heart really being this kind of energetic magnetic field that can receive and send out information. So it's kind of what the heart feels and what the mind thinks. And then I recently heard a podcast with a beautiful spiritual teacher who said that the journey of life, it's the longest distance, the longest and shortest distance between 40 centimeters, which is from the mind to the heart. That's the spiritual journey. So always allowing that energy to be moved, to drop back into the heart, and to kind of removing all of those layers of dense energy pockets that are blocking. I always try to visualize it, that they are blocking the flow of energy that wants to be received and to be transformed through the heart. So yeah, the more we can drop there, the more we can allow intentions, answers to arise from that space of the heart. I think the more we are always going to be guided in the right direction. That is not the logic of the mind and trying to kind of comprehend everything, but more just entering into a flow, because ultimately the heart is the master of flow. So once we're reconnecting to that, we can also reconnect to the flow of life that is already taking us onto the perfect journey for each of our individual journeys in life. So this is a little bit about the theoretical part. I prepared some embodiment practice to play a little bit around, and then hopefully all land in a beautiful intention for your next journey. I want to try one more time, if it's possible for me, because it does say that that I'm sharing my computer audio, because I wanted to share my playlist with all of you. I'm going to do another test. Maybe you can tell me if you hear anything in the chat. If you can hear the audio that I'm playing right now. Anyone? No, not really. Interesting. So then I will have to do a little trick, and I'm gonna get my speaker to play the audio, and then hopefully you can hear the transmission through the room. Maybe a setting filter or other sounds than your voice. Yeah, I'm gonna try. I mean, I looked this up before and it said that it was like this. Share audio. Stereo, high fidelity. Okay, one more try. Now. I'm guessing it's not working. And I will just go the other way. 1 second. So for the first part, we are going to stand up. Psychedelic preparation series. And we're just gonna begin to shake a little bit. You can just tap your heels onto the floor. Maybe inviting some deep breaths. And allowing the vibrations to come up through your feet, into your legs, into your arms, your torso, your pelvic floor, your heart. Taking up any stagnancy, any stagnant energies. Shaking your arms, shaking your legs. Allowing energy to drop from the headspace down into your neck, your chest, your shoulders, and shaking it all loose. And staying with it for another minute or so. Oh. Taking for another 30 seconds, maybe jumping. Allowing energy to move. And then slowly finding back to stillness. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. Exhaling mouth. And then coming back to seated position. Coming back to your breath. And maybe giving me a sign if you can hear me through the speaker as I'm speaking, and if you were able to listen to the music that I was playing in the background, co-creating this here. Perfect. I can hear you, but couldn't hear the music. Okay. Well, I might have to re-record this with a better sound. So taking a deep breath here, and I'm trying to see what I can do so that the music can be shared. And what we're going to do is we're going to do here some breath cycles. So if any one of you has done some breath work before, it's an amazing practice, an amazing tool. If you feel stuck, if you feel frustrated, if you feel confused, if you feel angry, if you feel anything you want, anything you feel, it's a powerful tool to change the energy and to land into a more clear, more open space. It's a beautiful practice to do before entering into any meditation. I know many people that I've been working with, they tell me that they're struggling with meditation, often caused by the fact that I think that we believe that the only way to meditate is to sit down, to come into a Buddhic nature and to just be in stillness. But for many of us, that's impossible because we live a very busy life. We have many tasks, many things to solve each day. So yeah, it's not that easy for each person to just come from all these tasks and the busyness of life to then drop into complete stillness. So breath work is an amazing tool to switch kind of gears, right? To come from being functional, doing your job, I don't know, like taking care of your household, all of that to find a place of clarity to then drop into meditation. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to use the method that probably most of you are familiar with. It's the Wim Hof breathing technique. So what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in, full inhale, full exhale. So we're going to do a circular breathing. And then at the end of each circle, we're going to breathe in fully. We're going to hold. And then exhale fully. And we're going to empty ourselves completely. And then we're going to hold in that emptiness for a moment. And I'm going to be guiding you. I'm going to try to put the music. Maybe it's hearable a little bit in the background. And we're going to do 3 short circles of this. And then we're going to drop into meditation for you to kind of land in your intentions before we close. So preparing yourself, finding a comfortable seated position. Taking a deep inhale through your nose. Full exhale. And then breathing in for our first cycle here. Breathing in through the nose, exhaling mouth, and keep going. And continue your breath, inhaling nose, exhaling mouth, and keep going. One continuous cycle of breath. Inhale nose, exhale mouth, and continue breathing. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Keep going. Staying here for a moment longer, breathing in, nose, exhaling mouth. Breathing in, every inhale, new beginning, every exhale, letting go, and continue this cycle, cleansing out any stagnant energies. Keep going. Inhaling nose, exhaling mouth. And now prepare, breathing in fully. Hold the breath. Exhale, release. Empty. Hold. Feeling the emptiness, feeling the stillness. Almost there. And then breathe in. Full inhale. Full exhale. And then preparing for our second cycle of breath. Breathing in nose, breathing out mouth. You're doing super well. Keep going. Inhaling nose, exhaling mouth. You can do this. Continue to breathe. Almost there. Continue your breath. Inhaling all the prana, exhaling out anything that feels stuck. Continue, keep going. Inhale nose, exhale mouth. Keep working through all the stuck energy, any fears, any hesitations, any resentments, anything you want to let go, breathing it in, exhale, letting it go. Now breathing in fully and hold. Exhale, release. Emptying yourself out and hold. Holding the stillness, holding. Feeling your body releasing, relaxing, feeling yourself empty. Feeling the spaciousness. Holding here for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathing in, breathing out. And preparing for our last cycle of breath. Inhale fully. Exhale, release. Breathe. Inhale fully through your nose. Exhale, release. Continue your breath. Continue this flow. Inhale, exhale, breathing in, nose, exhale, release. Inhale, exhale. You can do this, continue, keep going, almost there. Beautiful, full breath in, full breath out. Almost there. Working through any stagnant energy, any negativity, any doubts, any self-criticism. Breathing in, exhale, releasing it out. This is your chance to release, to find more inner peace, to find more clarity. And now breathing in fully, filling your lungs completely and hold. Exhale, emptying out. Release. Holding, feeling the emptiness. Releasing your shoulders. Releasing your mind. Relaxing your heart. Relaxing your pelvic floor. Allowing everything to soften, to relax, to feel the stillness inside, to feel the stillness that was always there. Staying here for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale and release. And then finding enjoying the release, enjoying the stillness. Dropping into your inner landscape. Allowing yourself to feel fully anything that is present for you right here in this moment, right now. Feeling into the calm waves of your mind, gently settling here in this space. Dropping deeply into your inner connection. Your very unique connection to the divine, to the cosmos, the universe, the source where we all came from, and where we all are going back to. Feeling your whole body, this beautiful gift, this vehicle that you are inhabiting for your life's journey. Feeling and dropping in to the more subtle sensations. The sensation of your breath entering through your nostrils, flowing out through your nostrils. Through this flow of prana, the element of air that connects all of us. Feeling your connection to the tapestry of life. To the texture of your soul. The voice of your higher self that is guiding you on your journey. Allowing this connection to be felt. Maybe it's through feelings, through colors. Maybe there's a voice, a taste. Finding your unique way to connect to that voice that lives inside of you. To your inner guidance. Allowing this invisible thread to be felt. Allowing it to grow from the center of your chest down your central channel, your spine, into your tailbone. And from your tailbone all the way down into the earth. Deep down to the center of the earth, plugging you back in into the web of life that lives beneath us, plugging you back into connection with the mycelium, the original pathways of communication that live in the earth, allowing you to receive the nourishing, calming energy of our Mother Earth through this invisible thread that is reaching down from your heart space. And then simultaneously allowing this thread of light, of energy to grow from your heart all the way up to your throat, your third eye, all the way to your crown, and out through your crown, out into the atmosphere, connecting you back to the universe, to the stars, the planets, to the source of light, of love that is part of you already. And through these channels, the channel of information that is connecting you to your unique inner guidance, connected to the heavens above and the earth below. Opening yourself to receive any messages of your higher self for how to best continue your unique path that you're walking on. What is it that your soul is longing to learn? What is it that you're ready to let go of? What are you calling into your life in support of your path? How are you going to continue your exploration with each step that you're taking along your unique life path? Feeling the information arrive from the earth and from the cosmos, coming together in perfect unity in the center of your chest, speaking to you in the language of your soul. Opening yourself to receive the guidance that is only meant for you. Absorbing this information deep inside your body, deep inside your heart. So that the beautiful heart of yours can radiate in that frequency, leading you each day a little bit closer to your intention. 3 more deep breaths here. Breathing in through your heart. Exhaling. Softening. Inhale, expanding your heart. Exhale, softening. And one more deep breath in. And then exhale, coming back to the space, opening your eyes. Coming back to the here and now. And if you have something to write, I'm inviting you to journal tonight, maybe after this call. And allow anything that came through for you to just bring it onto paper. What is the intention? What are you longing for? What are you calling into your life? What is ready to be released? And a beautiful practice, one thing that I'm going to leave with you before we round up here, is that when you hold an intention, you can also see if there's an object that can represent that intention for you. And the next time you are walking into a sacred ceremony, you can bring that object with you. Maybe it's a stone, maybe it's something that you are drawing. And you can also place those objects on an altar if you have an altar at home. And an altar is also, again, it's a focal point of energy. So whatever you want to kind of manifest, what are you honoring, you can bring it onto your altar, and your intention for a ceremony is something that you can definitely place on your altar as well. Sit down, allow things to move, allow things to change, not being super fixated on one thing is also a beautiful practice. And trust your breath, trust your body, and keep tuning in. I hope that this little practice, this little class can help you in setting an intention, to creating some inner peace, to finding back to a place of connection first, to not trying to figure it all out with the mind, but rather dropping the energy down, coming back to the breath, coming back to the body, and from that place, allowing those inspirations, those insights to arise and to guide you. Thank you so much for sharing the space with me. Thank you so much for bearing with me with the technical hiccups. And yeah, I'm wishing you all a beautiful, beautiful evening. If you're curious about our offerings, please reach out to us. We are, well, tomorrow we're doing a retreat in Berlin, which is going to be the last one of the season. And then we have a whole season of soul medicine coming up in Mexico. And we are welcoming new family members there. We still have a special early bird discount. So yeah, if you feel called, get in touch with us through Instagram, through our social media, or through email. We're always happy to answer any questions, and we're sending you a lot of love. There's going to be 2 more classes, one from Noura and one from Julia. So if you feel called to join those, we're also recording them, and then we're sending them out afterwards for the people that have signed up through our newsletter. So much love to all of you. Have a beautiful evening, and I hope you enjoyed the class. Bye-bye.